What is up, podcast peeps? You're listening to the 228 podcast. My name's Patrick. And just got off another successful shift at my day/night job. It's fantastic. Great night. So, wanted to kind of expand on something that I recently heard. And there's some facts to it. There's some kind of, I wouldn't say shady, but quasi, smoke and mirrors, voodoo, whatever you want to call it. But this kind of coincides with the vision that I spoke about in the earlier podcast. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the law of attraction, law of affection, if I'm saying it right. But the first step in making all this work and making all this happen is what you're thinking about in your brain. You know, the thoughts that you have, what you think, what pops into your brain, and how to control them. Now, this is something that I've struggled with for a long time, but now I'm kind of, when those ideas or those thoughts pop into my head of things that I don't want or things that I shouldn't be focusing on, which is career and building 228.com and getting together the professional detailing business, getting all that squared away, and my mind strays on something else, I'd have to hurry up and snap it back into place. Now, there's two sides to this. One is the vision part of it, and sticking with that vision, and taking your brain recognizing that, hey, you are thinking something, you're thinking the vision, you are going to move in the direction to make that vision come true. Now, firsthand, I've had this happen to me. I've predicted the future. And it's scary. It's kind of scary, but it's good because you predicted it. You know what's going to happen. You know with certainty that these events or these items or these things are going to happen. And it's really fun because now you can foresee the future. You can move to that future that you're looking for, and you know what to expect, and you're hungry for more, and you want, you move toward the goals that you set. Now, the flip side of it is when you think of something, your mind interprets it as you don't want it. So let's say I had a thought, like I thought tonight, people say, oh, I'm going to make $1 million and just sit there and not do anything. Well, you're kind of doing the reverse. You're talking about money, but since you don't have it, the universe, your brain or whatever, the law of attraction, law of affection, whatever, is interpreting that as you want to be broke. So you got to be careful of what you think about, what you vision, and the things that you're putting into your brain. Now, I'll give you a personal example. I'm married, and my wife and I really haven't had the relationship that I would like. So the negative ideas and the negative things I'm thinking is, she doesn't love me, or she doesn't want to be with me romantically. I'm not giving her what she needs. But in fact, she does love me. And the ideas that are put in my brain, I have to stop thinking that way and start loving my wife. Because the universe is interpreting that as you don't want her to love you, or you don't want her to be romantically with you, or whatever. It's the complete opposite. So, as a man, you have to think about that stuff. You have to think the right thoughts. You have to focus on the real goals, which is building the relationship with your wife, or building the business, or the next steps to take to move forward in making your dreams come true. That's the law of attraction. If you kind of know about the law of attraction, you think it will come. That's not entirely true. Thought without action, or vision without action, is nothing more than a dream. I rather the law of affection, where you have the vision, you have the dream, and you put the work in to actually make that dream come true. Now, I've had this vision of me clear as day. I'm getting out of my truck. It's a big white truck. It's a full-size truck. And I'm walking up to my house. It's got a 2-car garage. And for some reason, I'm parking out on the street. Maybe because I'm going to leave again or something. I'm not quite sure how that works. But I walk in the front door. To the left is a formal dining room. I walk into the kitchen where my wife is cooking food and her friend are there cooking food. It looks like we're about to have a beach day or something like that. Our friends, the husband has his daughter and the kids out in the pool swimming. And the house is exactly what I want, and my wife wants this off-white kitchen, something like that, kind of rustic white kitchen. And I see it. I see me wearing a tank top with stripes. Apparently I've lost a whole bunch of weight. I'm in black shorts and a black hat, and I go outside and I tell my friend, or a couple friends or whatever, hey, give me some time. I got to take care of some business first, and I'll be down out swimming with you guys or whatever. And I see this conversation, then I go upstairs. Clear as day. Now, the next thing I have is I see this vision of 2 shops here in Mississippi, and professional detail, high-end shops. I can see it plain as day. And that's what the visions that I'm sticking with, that I make sure that every minute, every second, every hour, I'm thinking about, 1, my family, and building the best relationship with them as I can. 2, my health. I haven't been, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't been very good with that. I like to call it being a farmer, because before I met my wife, I was very in shape. That's how I landed her. But I have to take care of my mental health, my physical body, my wife and kids, and my professional body. So I have to focus on those 4 areas. And it's only 4 areas that you have to focus on that will get you to the next step. So when you're thinking about vision and you're thinking about the things that are popping in your brain, you have to control that mental thought. You have to literally focus on controlling your brain and not letting it wander off. Excuse me. Not let it go into auto mode. Just not be there. Always be present in the situation. And that's kind of draws back to these social networks, because I find myself doing the same thing, where you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It's a lot like your brain, with the ideas popping back and forth in your brain. Even though you're mindlessly scrolling, your brain is taking in that information. It's always taking in information. Every time you go into those social media, or you read an article, or you're reading the signs on the road, you're taking in information constantly. Your brain is constantly being bombarded by new images, new information, and you have to be able to A, unemotionally sort it out. B, maintain a focus and a vision. That way you stay on the right path to bring your dreams or your vision to fruition. So be sure to start controlling what you're thinking is the first step into being successful. Skip past over because they're going to come through your brain. They're going to come through your thought process. Pass over that. Recognize when your brain is not on track. And you'll start seeing results and you'll start picking up information that you need along the way of your journey. Today I listened to Gary Vee, and he's doing a 4Ds deep dive, daily digital deep dive or something like that, where he gets a group of people and they're all entrepreneurs, and he starts breaking down goals and how they should approach things. And one of the things was Facebook ads, doing his Instagram and Facebook ads, which he's calling underpriced attention, and actually doing the ad and not doing a boost on a post. Had I not been paying attention to what he was saying, I would have just gone ahead and boosted another post. But actually making the ad itself is something that I'm going to have to look into. And I would not have picked that up today had I not been in the moment, controlled my thoughts, controlled my brain, controlled my mental energies, and not focused. So the whole point of this podcast right now is to control your brain, focus on whatever is going to get you to your end goal, your end result, and beyond. And you will be in tune with what you need to do and the steps that you need to take. So that's all I've got for today, guys and gals. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. We are now can be listener supported. So if you get any value out of these podcasts, your support would be great. Greatly will be, well, I wouldn't say greatly. The support that you give will go to 228 and everything that we're doing with the podcast, with the online presence, with social media, with the products we're selling, with the professional detailing we're going to do. It all stays there. So I really appreciate you listening. If you find value, please share it with a friend. You can reach me at 228 on Facebook or at 228 LLC on Instagram. And hopefully soon I'll have the website up. I'll let you guys know when that happens, all right? Until tomorrow night, thank you guys. Good night.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.